Marshall Holman. Marshall, the new bowler of the year. It has to be something you're proud of.
Thanks, Bill. It really is a great thrill, and 14 years on the tour, it finally came my way.
Was it kind of surprising to you that you won bowler of the year without winning a PBA title? Some people say it's a little controversial. What's your feeling about it?
Marshall Holman's always been controversial, and it was kind of a surprise, but hey, I had a good year, I had a good record, and I'll stand by it.
Well, as you told me earlier, it's not bowler of the week, it's bowler of the year, and you felt, and I did too, that you out-averaged everybody for the year. You were consistent, only missed catching in 3 tournaments. Congratulations. Continued success in 1988, partner.
Nelson, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, Chris, championship match. Another great one up there. Mark Roth, they're ready to go.
Mark Roth, 33 titles, bowler of the year 4 times, continuing to practice. And here in the Showboat Invitational, he led the last 3 rounds. He came from 47th in the first round to 3rd, then to 2nd, and then, of course, 1st. Amleto Monacelli, who is 10 years younger than Roth at 26. 7 strikes in the last. He had 6 of them on the right lane. He's on the left now. And gets another one on the left lane. All right.
Amleto Monacelli with that tremendous snap in the ball that Mark Roth, even though he's still the greatest, used to have. He's lost a little bit of that snap, Chris, but he still can beat us all out here. He's like a great baseball pitcher. When he lost a little bit of the power, he's learned to cut down the hook a little bit, keep it in play. All-time leading money winner in the sport of bowling.
And crosses over. Mark Roth opening with a strike to keep the match even. Profile view.
The familiar profile of Mark Roth. How many steps do I take? Mark says, well, I don't care. I'll just start walking. That high backswing, good wrist action, and off to a real good start with a kind of a lucky break. Though crossing over has a strike. The match is all even. Championship match.
Now on the left lane, going for his 3rd singles victory here at the Showboat, has a doubles win as well. Left the 10-pin. The man who, when he won first here in '77, had to defeat Earl Anthony and Dick Weber.
Mark Roth, as you see his ball coming down, going into the pins, just doesn't get the amount of hook that he was getting all week long. No power at the back end, and not enough to knock out the 10. The man who doesn't miss any spares, Mark Roth. Best spare shooter on the tour.
Mark Roth, who won 6 titles in 1978. Monacelli with 1 title, winning in September at the Japan Cup.
Something you predicted last year, Chris. You said that they cannot stop him from winning. He just didn't want to do it in the United States. He said, I'm from Venezuela. Leave these Americans alone for a while. I'll win in Japan. Here he is to take the lead.
Thought he had a double, but left the 10.
Whew. The crack of the ball as the 6 goes flying right around the 10 pin. Watch this 6 pin. It'll just go right around the 10. Could have been an early lead, but once again, Monacelli, with this conversion, would have an even match with bowling's all-time greatest, Mark Roth.
All even after 2 frames. Championship matches, they bowl for $51,000. 50,000 make it. 33,000 for winner, 17,000 for second.
Monacelli, whose dad, Rodolfo, owns not only a bowling center, but a clothing factory making some of the finest formal wear in the world. Monacelli Clothes.
3rd frame, left lane. A 2-pin.
Ball just slips off his hand. When a player turns the ball as much as Amleto Monacelli normally does, he's used to that ball staying on his thumb a little bit longer. When he straightens it out, or somewhat what we call fudges it, the ball comes off your thumb a little bit quicker, and he dropped that ball. Fortunately, playing the right shot, he got an easy spare.
So now up Mark Roth.
See what Roth does in the right-hand lane. Tried to go straight at the pocket like Monacelli He was observing from the side, crossed over and got a good break in the first frame, but he knows that can't continue. He has to make some sort of adjustment.
Just wouldn't come up, and he too now will try to cover the 2-pin.
And that's what makes the lane so tough. You saw Roth go up towards the pocket, and he crosses over. Now he moves over about 2 boards, which normally would accommodate the extreme amount of hook he had in the first frame, and the ball slides by. Just no margin of error and no readability to the lane. I mean, what I mean by readability, a player has to be able to make adjustments that make sense in order to score.
Mark Roth, whom we earlier asked what is his next challenge.
I have 3 challenges right now. One of them would be to try and catch Earl in titles. It's a long way away, but you never know what could happen in 5-6 years. And the other 2 would be to win the Firestone Tournament Champions and the Brunswick World Open. I've bowled well in those tournaments for years, and I'd like to win them both.
Wonderful young man living in Spring Lakes Heights, New Jersey, with his wife Jackie and daughter Stephanie, who's quite a figure skater. They'll be watching Primetime Special tonight, the United States Figure Skating Championships, right here on ABC, 8 o'clock. All right, got some. Mark Roth, all this in Las Vegas. We're in our final game, the championship match. More after this.
Turn to the side of Pete McCourty's perfect game for the $150 AC Delco Classic next Saturday on ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour.
From Akron, home of the Firestone, the commissioner of the PBA, Joe Antonora. From Venezuela, Amleto Monacelli. All even match, 4th frame. He's just great on that right lane. His 8th strike on it, and now his 2nd game.
The key to the championship here is you see Monacelli just drive all 10 pins into the pit. Remember this, go straight on lane 60 as Monacelli's doing, and you can get away with hooking the ball on lane 59. Mark Williams had good success on 59. Mark Ross had good success on 59, hooking the ball. Monacelli has been close on 59, but very solid on lane 60. Now, to take the lead, he needs this double, all even after 4 frames.
Two-pin for Monacelli, and that double puts him off to a 10-pin lead. Watch the 2.
One of the great breaks in the sport of bowling. The head pin goes to the sideboard, wraps all the way around, hits the 8 from behind. The 8 falls in the 2. Monacelli has taken the lead by 10, but Roth can even it up here with a strike in the 5th.
Never in doubt. What a player. 36-year-old, originally from Brooklyn, 4-time bowler of the year. Look at that shot.
One of the greatest records that I think will be a long time before it's broken. Mark Roth averaged .221 in 1981 for a whole season. .221 per game, 36 some cities, thousands of games. Now he can take the lead. The match is even 5 frames.
And a 2-pin on the left lane for Mark. Look at this, the record of this 36-year-old.
First title, the King Louis, where he shot a .299 game in garnering that title. Championship round appearances, 97. Titles, 33. Earl Anthony has 41. And there's some of the other accolades of Mark Roth, but he hasn't won the Firestone.
Now Amleto Monacelli.
Key frame. The lane he can hit. He leads by 1, but he has that strike working. He needs to put a little nail in the coffin of Mark Roth if he's going to defeat him. Cannot let Roth get close to you in the 10th. He is the toughest.